requests for a video on the fishing game, so I thought I would go over that. If you are a free-to-play player, then you are going to want to save up as many of the treasure charts as you can so that you can use those kind of all at once to catch the fish. If you are a low spender or a mid spender, it's worth it to get the little shells so that you can summon fish that you need. So I also suggest that you don't play, you get additional bait every 3 hours. So I typically, I'm not gonna today because I'm making the video, but I typically wait until there's 10, and then when there's 10 is when I play. And the first thing is you don't want to use the Frosty Prospector or the shell until you have maxed out your line, your hook, and your sinker. So I have 200 coins probably from the last time I fished. The fishing stuff does carry over. So I'm gonna go ahead and use those. And then I'm gonna go play, and I'm gonna skip this part because
let's go fishing.
We don't care. And then what's gonna happen is it's gonna drop the hook, and if I just let it go down, I'll hit stuff and then I'll catch too many things and I'll go up. So see how I've pushed it all the way over to the left? And you could also do this on the right. I am left-handed, so I prefer to do it on the left side. And you see how some of the fish came? Okay, so I went as far down as I can, and now I'm just gonna catch. And the fish up at the top are not the ones that you get very many points for. Those are only worth 10. If you have an ice fish voucher, you can use it now, and it will give you some additional points. It'll give you 50% of the points. So if I have 140 points, it will give me 70 points. Now, I'm not going to use an ice fish voucher right now because you want to save those for when you have a high number of points. And that's one way that you can really rack up some points. So we are going to go back, and now you see that I can upgrade my hook. So now my line, my hook, and my sinker are all 140. And I'm just going to keep playing that way until I get the max number of line that I can. So as soon as I can, again, I'm gonna move it over. I'm just gonna hold it there. And okay, so I caught a fish. I didn't want to catch a fish. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna hit this pause button up in the far right-hand corner. And it says retreat or continue. I'm gonna hit retreat. Now, what that did is it starts me over at the beginning. So I didn't lose the bait. I just pulled up my line without any fish on it. And now I can go fish, and it's the same bait that I was just using. And you can do this over and over. If you keep catching stuff, which does sometimes happen, you know, this method works really well, but occasionally you will have a random fish come and hit. And if that happens, then, you know, I might have to hit reset 2 or 3 times in order to, and then I'm just gonna catch everything I can. So it pulls me back up. And again, I get more points. Again, I'm not gonna use my ice fisher voucher because I don't have enough points to make it worthwhile. And I always go in and do my line first. So you see I can do my line to level 3 right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do it to level 3 so I can go down even further. And then we're going to go ice fishing again. Now, you don't want to use the prospector or the horn until you've maxed out your line. And, you know, there I did skip the fish because I could tell that I was going to catch it, and I'm trying to get it as far down as I can right now. I didn't go down as far as I needed to, but that's okay. Catch. I could have paused it and retreated, but since I'm still working on extending my line, I didn't. So I only have 3 bait left. So I can do this 3 more times. I'm only at 250, which means I will not max my line right now. That's why I usually wait until I have 10 bait, because if I do 10 bait, then usually on the 8th bait, I can usually, let's reset, retreat, and go fish again. And I just keep doing that until, woo, I almost hit that fish. See, this is why I say to just generally just stay there, because some of these fish are really fast. And I'll just keep hitting retreat as many times as I need to in order to get a fresh, good run all the way down, as far as it can go. And this one is doing pretty good so far. Now you'll notice there was a bubble on the line when it first dropped. So that very first top thing, so those 2 numbers, it says 2 of 2. I can hit 2 things before my line gets pulled up. So 1, see, now the bubble is gone. So if I hit a second thing, I will catch it, because the first thing guards your hook from being from catching anything, and the lower you go, the higher the number goes. So when we get lower and lower, eventually it will hit, I think the max is 10 or 12. So we're going to go back up. And then the hook, it says 0 of 13. That's how many items you can catch. So again, you want to be able to catch as many items as you can. So I hit 1 thing, I still have the bubble. If I hit a second thing, I hit a second thing. The bubble is now gone. I caught the 3rd thing. So we're going to go back down. I want to try to get far enough down so that I can show y'all how the shell and the, nope, that wasn't far enough. The fishing is kind of like in real life. Fishing takes a lot of patience. Fishing in the game also takes a lot of patience. You might have to recast several times in order to get far enough down for you to get the higher scoring fish and get the best score, because you need the best score in order to extend your line and upgrade your hook and rod, or technically it's a reel, but so this looks like it's going to be a good one. We're going pretty far. See, we're at 238, 240, 246. So we went as far as we can with this line. And now, again, we caught 13 of 13 fish. So now we're going back up to the top. And again, I'm not going to use the ice fisher voucher, but if I did, I would end up with 300 instead of 200. And now I'm going to go and upgrade my hook and my sinker, and I'm going to upgrade my line ×2. I always try to make sure that I'm increasing my line as far as I can go. And you see, I have run out of ice fishing bait. So I normally would not do this, but I am going to do it this time because I want to get down low enough to show y'all how the shell works. And you want to use the spotlight. So if you ever go down to the very bottom and you're like, it's pitch black, I can't see what I'm doing, it's because you don't have this spotlight on, which is the far right. That's the light. It's 15. I have 15 of them. You can use gems to buy them. I strongly encourage you to buy them. It makes it easier when you go down. And you can do a normal cast or a power cast. If you do a power cast, you will use 2 of your charts. You will get twice the points. You will also use 2 of your reel stabilizers, 2 of your ocean scanners, and then 2 of your lanterns. So if you do the multiple 2, it's really important that you have a really good run because you're using 2 of everything. I'm only going to use 1 because I'm showing you. So you'll notice that now it says 4 of 4 and 0 of 20. So I can hit something 4 times before I catch anything, and I can catch up to 20 fish. Now you'll notice some of the fish are glowing. Those are typically fish that have a higher point value. So if you're trying to get on the scoreboard, you want to catch those fish. So I'm going to try to catch as many glowing fish. You want the chest because that will include speed ups. And this isn't going to be a bad run. So for this run, I did 500. I play this game. I've almost maxed it. So I usually don't use the ice fisher voucher unless the amount is over 800. But if you are somewhat new and you have a lot of, I have a lot, I'm going to go ahead and use it. And you see it went up to 750. So I had 750 points. So now we go here and I'm going to upgrade everything. So now I'm up to 400 meters for my line. And I'm going to go back down. I'm almost far enough where I feel like I can use the shell and show y'all how that works. Now, there are specific fish that you need to be targeting. I have already caught all of the fish. I have not caught all of the seaweed. So for me, I'm not looking to see which fish I need. If you do not have all the fish, you will want to look and see what fish you are missing for that season. So not all fish come every season. So you will want to double check and see which fish you're missing or which items. So there are fish, and then like right here, there's the wheel, the ship's wheel. Oops, I missed that. And get all the as many glowing fish as I can. So you'll see some of them are worth 40 coins, and then some of the non-glowing fish were only worth 10. So you want to try to find fish that are glowing, like the banner fish. It's kind of got a little glow to it, and it's worth 40 points, so you get more points. 570, my score went up from last time. And again, we're gonna come in and we're gonna increase the line and things. So I am gonna go ahead and show you how to see which fish you are missing. So I have already maxed out all my fish. I've maxed out all my divers. I've maxed out all my chests. And I've maxed out all the items. If you haven't though, what you would do is you would come and you would take a look at it and say like, oh, what do I not have that I've seen recently? So we saw a camera. Whoops. We saw the camera. So maybe the next time I go down, if I see the camera, I remember that and I make sure I pick that up on my way back. It'll tell you about how far down it is. It tells you how much the fishing token is worth, and then how many fishing points you get. So the tokens help you upgrade your materials, and the shells are the fishing points that put you on the scoreboard. So if I need the sailor's hat, then it's available in all season, and it's only about 100 meters down. I think it's in meters. The lantern, however, is 200 meters down. So if I needed the lantern, since I'm well below 200 meters, then on my way down to the bottom, I would want to pay attention and see if the lantern is there, and I would want to snag it on my way back up because it's available in all seasons and it's 200 meters down. So I know about when it should appear. So for the Horn of Poseidon, you'll see that a lot of what I need are more than 500 meters below, and I am not at 500 meters. I'm only at 450. So if I use it, I can only opt for this one item right here, and I am going to do that. What I want to do is I want to look at the shape. So for me, it looks a little cactusy, and it appears in the autumn and winter. So the game, up here at the very top where it says fishing tournament, it'll say current season is winter. And you want to pay attention to that because you don't want to be looking for an item that's a summer item if it's the winter. You will have to wait and you will have to get it next time because the season is winter and the item is a winter item. I should be able to call it. It's going to be about 300 feet down, so it's important that I try not to catch anything, and I'll just keep repeating it until I go down. Okay, so we're going to summon it, and we're going to use the prospector. And we're only using one because I don't have two Horn of Poseidons. And you see there on the screen, it says 140 meters. And that's the countdown for how far I have to go to get to the item that I called. Okay, see, I didn't go all the way down to the item that I called, so I'm going to retreat and I'm going to go again. And again, I'm just using the same bait and the same horn that I just used, but I'm just getting to start over. It's a do-over. I'll remember that chest. I meant to look and see if we saw the lantern, and I got distracted by the chest. Dadgummit. And again, I'll just keep redoing it until I get all the way down. If you pay attention, you can tell which of the fish will hit you. Okay, see, I wasn't paying attention just now. Some of the fish will come really close to hitting you, but they will turn around just as you get there. And then some of the fish will intentionally try to come and hit you. And if you just kind of pay attention, so all those fish typically turn around. Those long fish, if they're close, they'll typically turn around before you get there. There's my little fish. Okay, now normally I would go down a little further and just make sure I caught the little cactus thing on the way back, but I wanted to show you how that works. And so now we're just going to go up and catch some of the glowy fish. And so now I caught one of the items that I was missing. And so that's how you use the materials and how you can improve. If you use the Frosty Prospector, a lot of times it will map out. It takes you to items that are more rare. You'll notice that when I was using the regular bait, there were a lot less fish that were glowing. Frosty Prospector takes you to the glowing fish that are worth more. So a lot of people choose only to use the Horn of Poseidon with regular bait, and use only the Frosty Prospector. It depends kind of on what your ultimate goal is. If you want to score and you want to be on the leaderboard, then you know your goals might change, as opposed to if you're just trying to complete your set. If you're just trying to complete your set, then I use it in conjunction with the Frosty Prospector, because I'm guaranteed to get something, and I might get additional items on my way down. And that's how I've successfully completed all of the things here, is using the Horn of Poseidon in conjunction with the Frosty Prospector. Again, the algae is the only, and seaweed is the only one I haven't finished. I have 9 left. I didn't play the fishing game at all last time. So I have 9 that are left. And then you can see the dulce algae isn't available until the summer and autumn. And the red sea plume is also, it's spring and autumn. So those are ones that are not even going to be available this time. Up at the top is the ones that are available in all seasons, or the ones that are available in winter. So if you catch all of the ones above other, then you know, like, I know if I catch all of these, then I will have to stop, and I won't be able to catch the missing items until the next time the fishing game comes around. If you have any additional questions, please let me know. I'm happy to help.